Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch that remote. We got a great show. Veterans. Call the veterans, call your mama, your aunt, your uncle, say, hey, we got a big show here. It's all about veterans and how we can help veterans and how veterans can help themselves, okay? It's something good, okay? This show is always about trying to help somebody. And this show today is something we're talking about, good relationships and thanking the soldiers that help keep us safe. So my guest today from Norristown, Pennsylvania, she is the recorder of deeds, Nancy Becker. Okay, and our guest, and he's just going to be here helping out a little bit, a little surprise. Stick around, he got a surprise for everybody, okay? And it's Mick, no relation to Mickey Mantle, but Mick Hilling, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he's from the Federal Credit Union. We have a surprise. Okay, now, Nancy. Remember that song Frank Sinatra sang about Nancy? I can't think of it right now, but it's okay. Tell us what you're here for and what you're doing for veterans.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to appear today.
No problem. I'll send you the bill.
Part of the job of the Recorder of Deeds is to record the veterans' discharges. And what I would do is go to the VFWs and the American Legions and tell the veterans it's really important to record your discharge in the Recorder of Deeds office, because when you die, the funeral director contacts us so that you'll have a military funeral. Well, last year we started issuing a photo ID card for the veterans, and we have almost 300 businesses here in Montgomery County that when they see that card, they give our veterans a discount or an incentive.
Oh, okay. So they contact you. Now, they have a phone number, the courthouse? You know, I call the court, I want to get in touch with somebody, but I have to know the exchange. I don't know the exchange. How do you contact anybody? What is this? They got to have an unlisted number? I can't believe it. I call the courthouse and they say, what's their, you know their exchange number, whatever it is, you know? What's the story?
Okay,
Hey,
our direct line.
hello, Josh. Help me out a little bit. Whenever I call the courthouse, I can't get through it. He say, what's the exchange? I don't know the exchange. Publish exchange, okay? So I can get in touch with you, all right? Okay, Josh, yeah, you're doing a good job. Keep bobbing and weaving. Okay, right. Okay, that'll take care of that. Now, go ahead.
Okay, they can call our office directly, and the phone number is 610-278-3294.
All right, I'm going to put that on the screen so we'll see it. Okay.
Okay, and we're located across the street from the courthouse at 1 Montgomery Plaza on the 3rd floor.
The one with all the scaffolding around it.
That's it, that very attractive building.
Right.
For veterans, because they're special, and Norristown sometimes can be challenging for parking, veterans can park free of charge under the building. They just have to tell them they're coming there to get their photo ID.
And they'll have a discharge to prove that that's what they're there for.
That's right.
Right.
And so the parking is free of charge for the veterans.
Get that now. If you want to get down to the courthouse, underneath the Plaza 1, the parking, show your discharge paper, whatever the reason you're going there, and you get free parking. That's pretty good. You get a ticket in Norristown, it's $28. A lot of arithmetic. Go ahead. Now, what else? Important veterans to record. It's so important to record because everybody, you go for a job, you go for something, they want to know discharge paper.
Right, and when we record it, we give the veterans 4 certified copies, and those certified copies can be used as an original so that they can keep that original in a safety deposit box and keep it safe. And the certified copies can be used if they need to get benefits, if they want to get a veteran's license plate, so they can use those copies. And if they need more, it's all free of charge. We give them certified copies, as many as they will need.
Right. Well, now, different organizations like the Catholic War Veteran, Veteran of Foreign War, American Legion and all, are they aware of this? Are they, because sometimes, they're like me. They you start forgetting, so you don't write it down, or somebody call them up, or somebody shake them up a little bit.
When we started the program in 2012, what we did was we sent letters to all of the organizations. along with a copy of our flyer letting the veterans know that it was available, tells them what they need, that they'll need their DD-214 and a photo ID so we know that that is the veteran. And it also talks about parking free of charge under 1 Montgomery Plaza.
How did you get involved in this? Why the recorder? Because you record.
Well,
You
I
record
guess...
in history. You know what President Truman says? What's new? The history we haven't read. Am I right?
Right. When our great nation was, when all the rules were put together, it was decided that since the Recorder of Deeds kept the land records, and we have to keep them for perpetuity, that we should also record these veterans' discharges because they were as important as the land records. So it came under the charge for everybody here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that the recorder records the veterans' discharges
That came down from the top.
from the top.
That's good. So in other words, there's no other place. That's it.
That's it.
Recorder of Deeds in the courthouse. Okay. Now, how'd you get involved with my friend here, Mick, with the Federal Credit Union? How'd you get in this act?
Well, we asked the Federal Credit Union, we sent them one of our letters of solicitation to see if they would consider giving the discount to our veterans. And during the conversation, they very generously said that they would help support the program. Financially.
Yeah.
So that it's not being done with taxpayer dollars, it's being done by dollars from wonderful businesses
People's
such
donations.
as American Heritage Federal Credit Union.
So,
We recognize the commitment and the sacrifice our veterans make. We serve many veterans in our field of membership. We serve the employees of Montgomery County in our field of membership. And
veterans.
And that includes veterans. So we felt like that corporate support of this program is something that's very much close to our heart. American Heritage Federal Credit Union not only supports the program with a corporate donation with $5,000, but we also give veterans discounts. They can earn additional money back based on some of the services they use at the credit union. So for instance, our members, when folks are joining American Heritage Federal Credit Union, anybody, they can earn $65 back on certain services. For the veterans, it's $155 that if you add a checking account with direct deposit, if you add a debit card, if you add bill payer service and e-statement services, we'll give the veterans up to $155. The normal memberships, folks who are veterans who are not veterans, they can get up to $65. So we put a premium on our veterans and the service and the sacrifice they've made.
Yeah. Well, now, a lot of veterans don't know about that. A lot of people don't know about it. How do they get in touch with you? Do you have a phone number? Do you have a web page? Do you have a whatever?
Yes. We're at www.amhfcu.org is our website. We also have 30 branches. We have a branch across from Mercy Hospital in East Norriton.
In East Norriton. Oh, okay. And in other words, they can go there?
Yes, they can.
Wait, where is it now?
Across from Mercy Hospital,
on DeKalb Pike?
DeKalb Pike in East Norriton. That's just one of 30 of our branches. We also...
Is that a bank or something?
We are a credit union, American Heritage Federal Credit Union.
Okay.
And of course, credit unions are fundamentally different from banks because they're member-owned and not-for-profit. So we don't have stockholders to pay. So you always, with a credit union, get lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer and lower fees. And the folks in...
How'd you find out about Nancy?
Because Montgomery County employees are eligible to join the credit union, and we have worked with the folks in the county for a number of years. And when they brought this program to our attention, the fact that they were going to offer this veterans discount, we said, well, we not only want to participate, we want to do more. We want to support it.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's what the guy, I went over there. I went over to my pies on this guy's a pizza place. He said, "What are you going to do?" All right, now I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do? Go ahead.
Well,
Tell me what you're going to do.
Is Nancy, on behalf of the...
Let me hold that check.
All right, you hold the check.
Oh my God. Madonna. $5,000.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff of American Heritage Federal Credit Union and all our members, it's our honor to make this donation to the Montgomery County Veterans
Now you
ID
hand it to her.
Program.
Thank
There
you.
you are, Nancy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to clap here. That's very good, you know. Well, that's good, you know, because today, the way the economy is, you know, the economy. Did I say that right? Yeah, economy. That's where you don't have money, you do have money, and you don't have money. And you think you have money? Like I dreamed awake. I got to tell us. I dreamed I was awake. When I woke up, I was asleep. Okay, that's something else. Yeah. But now another thing, talking about veterans. You know, when I was in the Army, I took my basic training in Camp Wheeler. And the first time I went, I got drafted. And I got turned down because I had a perforated eardrum and a bunion or some. Well, the first thing, they wanted all the best guys. They didn't want nobody with any kind of problems with bunions because they'd be walking and marching. And I'd be in sick call all the time. So I got turned down, 4F. And when you're 4F, and girls didn't want to do, what's this guy? He's on 4F. What's wrong with him? You know, so it's pretty hard to get a girlfriend or no. So what happened, I started boxing. I got in the amateurs. I got in the Golden Gloves. I went to the finals. I had the picture in the Philadelphia Daily News. Hank Cisco, sensation. Draft board looked at it, called me a week later. He says, is this you? He says, Hank Cisco, yeah. You're boxing Golden Gloves? You can go in the Army. Next thing you know, I'm on the train going to Camp Wheeler. So, but I always tell a little story. I said, you know, when I was in the Army, I saved my whole company. I got a medal. I saved my whole company. I shot the cook. But it's an old joke. But Nancy, you know, your job as recorder of deed, you got enough to do, and you have good support. What's Tutori's lady? Did a
Ava
wonderful
Tutoris
job.
is
She's
my
right on there.
First deputy. She's amazing. I
Yeah.
was very lucky that.
Well,
she
tell me
got-
what else the recorder of deed does.
Well, we record all land documents. If it wasn't for recorders of deeds throughout this nation, capitalism would fail, because most small businesses start with a loan on somebody's property. And so
When you want to find out if there's any bills.
that's right. But it's their collateral. So they're using their home as collateral to maybe start a pizza shop or to start some other small business. And so that's why it's important to have recorders of deeds. But we're here to talk about the Veterans Program. And for any businesses out there, we advertise your business free of charge. We have photographed almost 3,000 veterans so far. And every one of our veterans gets a list of all the businesses who support our veterans, as they should. And we also send the veterans via email a list every 6 weeks. So as we get more businesses on the list, that veteran has the
Right.
businesses.
Right.
And it's free advertising for doing the right thing, supporting our veterans, either giving them a discount or an incentive to use their business.
Now, we're talking about veterans contacted you, right?
Right.
Now, let's talk about the businesses. You know, a pizza shop, a furniture store, A&P, ShopRite, Acme, whatever, you know.
We even have the funeral directors.
No! Yeah, talking about my next guest has been talking about death. But a good thing about death, because it's going to be about before you die, you know. Everybody dies, you know. You remember that movie about boxing? And the gangster come over to the guy and says, you better throw that fight. And I think it was Humphrey Bogart. He says, what are you going to do? Kill me? Everybody dies, you know. So while you're dead, my guest is going to be talking about that. So let's have a good time. Let's do what we got to do while we're still here, okay? I'm going to be 90. I'll be bobbing and weaving. I'm going to, oh. So, yeah, but